Welcome to the third round of the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship, the Wastewater Solutions UAC Easter Stages Rally. It's set to be a corker. The entry, again, is incredibly competitive. And if it's anything like the first two rounds in this championship, it's going to be one to watch. We started the season in Galway. It was an incredible event, huge entry and high expectation of what was going to happen. It was Craig Breen who took victory there. Then we headed to West Cork, another incredible entry on the board for all our drivers. And again, it was Craig and Paul who took victory. But now we've come up north. Beautiful, dry conditions and a heck of a rally ahead for our guys. Who is going to be on the top step of the podium this time? Stick with us and you'll find out. You know, momentum's with you at the moment. You're leading the championship, but you're keeping yourself fresh on other rallies as well. That win in San Remo recently, congratulations on that. So confidence levels high?
Yeah, definitely confidence is high, and you know the whole purpose of the Italian stuff is to keep us fresh and keep us sharp. But the number one goal of these rallies in Ireland, and it's always been like that from the start, is to have fun. So let's try and do more of it this weekend.
Breen leads the championship by 6 points over Alistair Fisher, who's got his 2019 season off to a strong start.
There's a good probably 6-7 guys can win this event, to be honest. It's a pretty even playing ground. The stages aren't really used too often, so I think everybody will be pushing hard.
Rally is not only important for us fans, but also the regions it runs through, as the Mayor of Antrim explains.
We have a great working relationship here with the Ulster Automobile Club, and we've had that over many, many years. So to have it here in our award-winning Castle Gardens, second to none. Fantastic weather, everything, but then we expect that here, so brilliant.
Let's head into the action, shall we? 6 stages make up the opening day, and as you can see, conditions are good. Temperatures of almost 20 degrees are keeping the spectators happy on Easter weekend. Craig Breen and Paul Nagle are first on the road and set the second quickest time on stage 1. Breen easily gets into his stride, however, and is leading the field by the end of the third stage.
Right over crest hides a tight flat 1, and left over crest hides a flat 1, and dip is slowing 120, shiny braking, keep right 10, turn square left around the barrel. 50. Slot late 5 right minus narrows, and crest 200.
Last year's winner, Josh Moffat, started strongly. Fastest on stage 1, ahead of Breen by 2.1 seconds. Then third quickest on stage 2 and second on 3, left him just behind Breen as we headed into the midpoint service.
Yeah, the pace is hot, and look, we're sitting in second at the minute. We're happy enough. We're, I think, 2.7 off Craig. So, yeah, we'll just keep tipping away and see how we get on.
Johnny Greer was making the most of being as close to home as possible. A confident drive across the loop saw him third overall and a real threat in his Fiesta R5. Some of the boys say even though it's dry out there still isn't that much grip. Would you say the same?
Yeah, there's no abrasion in the surface in the tarmac, but it's just some places are a wee bit less grippy than others, so you have to watch it. But braking zones are a bit tricky, but apart from that, it's all good.
Desi Henry was making up for the disappointment of West Cork by delivering stunning times. He was in a great battle with Sam Moffat. They traded places across the opening tests.
Past the gate, and flat 6 right over crest, small jump, okay, small clearness, 100, C4 left, 4, 170, 6 right over crest, and small jump, 60, listen now, 6 right over small gravel, past the entrance, and 6 right, slowing 60, 5 right, stop 60, turn 1 right, only 60 from here, 1 right.
Desi, it's pretty close throughout the whole top 10. You've moved up now after stage 2. You had a good run in there.
Yeah, we enjoyed that last stage. Unfortunately, we didn't get run none of them stages last year because we had an early exit, but no, we had a good run through it. We were quite careful through Tardree, the second one out there, because that was the one we went off on last year. So, but no, the third one had a real good cut and we're very happy.
The battle with Moffat was intense. Just tenths of seconds splitting Desi and Sam. They were very evenly matched. These are the only images we would see of Declan Boyle this weekend across the start line. On the second corner of the very first stage, he went off the road. The damage to the car was severe, but thankfully both crew were okay. Former Billy Coleman Award winner Callum Devine previously set the world alight in the R2 class, bombing around in his little Opel Adam. Since stepping up into R5 territory, he's been trying to find his limit. Was he on it here at the Easter stages?
Slight right into bump dip, 64 left, go. 160 to 6 left, 100 up to right at the fence, only 80, good braking, turn square left, up.
I don't know where the limit is in this thing, maybe a bit of ditching, we try to find that, but no, we'll keep chugging away, hey, but no, we're enjoying it.
Second overall in the championship, Alistair Fisher had proved that he is a force to be reckoned with. However, he wasn't quite on the pace we expect to see from him. Back in 7th overall, just 14.8 seconds off the lead though.
One left over small crest, 30. Left of mid over crest, 40. Slowing, 4 right plus. Stay in.
Back for more Irish tar were Welshman Myrian Evans and Jonathan Jackson. A wrong tyre choice on the opening loop of stages would hamper their progress. In WRC machinery, Derek McGarity and Paddy Robinson were riding in 9th after Friday morning's opening loop. Alan Carmichael rounded out the top 10 action for us after 3 stages. His Hyundai R5 was going well. Ditto for Manus Kelly. The Green Dream machine was just behind Carmichael. And he had a new co-driver on board in the shape of the highly experienced and legendary Rory Kennedy.
Flat crest 40, flat 2 right at the tree, 80 slowing, big crest right of middle, 60, long 5 right minus, and the long 6 left. Don't cut any of this. Long 6 left, 80 down, 6 right, don't cut.
I see you've got a new co-driver alongside you. It's his first rally, I believe. How's he doing?
Yeah, well, we had a debut, but it didn't last too long. But thankfully today it's going a wee bit better.
As the drivers headed into the afternoon tests, there was a sense of expectation. The morning had been highly competitive with plenty of battles. We wanted more, and we were about to get it. Breen led by 2.7 seconds over Josh Moffat, with Johnny Greer in 3rd as we plunged into the afternoon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Frontrunners Breen and Nagel were relishing the dry conditions, punching in 3 faster stage times to extend their lead to double digits.
Long flat 1 left, opens half long, tightens in over jump, opens and slight right over flat crest, 120. Flat 1 right slowing, 150, slot, late 5 left, care tightens, narrows, 90. Slight left over flat crest, 150.
Josh Moffat was in 2nd going into the afternoon test, but drama was to ensue. His Fiesta refused to launch effectively off the start line. It spluttered and lost over a minute before he got underway. Battle at the front over for Josh. Greer and Riddick entered the afternoon with intent. A good morning had made them bold, and they put on a fair display to hold 2nd after the 2nd pass of Lyle's Hill. Behind them, the pressure was on, as Desi Henry and Liam Moynihan really got into their stride.
Flat 6 right, 100 up the mid, flat 5 right, 100, flat mid over small crest, you have 80, flat 5 left in, 100, C turn 1 right, 100, C turn 1 right.
They were 2nd quickest over the afternoon stage and kept ahead of Sam Moffat, which was no mean feat, as the man from Monaghan was pushing hard. Also add into the battling mix Callum Devine and Brian Hoy. They set the 2nd quickest time on the final stage and were now just 0.8 of a second behind Sam.
Line crest into short 5 right and 5 left through the dip, 160 up, stay right to hairpin left around the wheels, tight. 40, slot, square right, 300.
Rounding out the top 6 at the end of the day was Alistair Fisher. He'd kept his nose clean, but wasn't part of the battling pack. Unusual after his strength in the opening 2 rounds.
3 left plus, don't cut, into 1 right, continues over 40, tightens 2 right long, stay in, into 1 right, line 1 left over small crest, 30, left of mid over crest, 40, slowing, 4 right plus, stay in.
Let's take a look at our modified section now, and a huge fight was playing out between Damien Toner and Keith White. Toner had the upper hand till stage 3, then White took over the lead, but the pair were trading seconds. The power battle thrilled us all during the day, with Toner taking advantage into Saturday. In his R2 Peugeot 208, Will Crichton and Liam Regan were flying high, leading their class at the end of the day. Here's the way it stands then after 6 completed stages. Craig Breen leads, but the battles behind are absolutely fierce. Welcome to the Ulster Grand Prix paddock, which is acting as a service park this weekend for our drivers. We've had 6 stages today, and the top 10 is separated by a very small margin. It's been hugely competitive, and we're going to do it all again tomorrow. Welcome to the second day of competition here at the Wastewater UAC Easter Stages. It's going to be another beautiful day. Let's catch up with all the action that's happened so far. Breen takes a lead of 12.2 seconds into the final day. Johnny Greer sits in second after a brilliant opening day, but will have to fend off the advances of Desi Henry, who lies just 5 seconds behind. It's all to play for on this final day.
Finally a full dry day, and you don't have to worry about mud on the road. You can trust your braking. There's nothing going to really catch you out in a big way. So yeah, it looks like today is going to be more the same again, and we'll just try and manage our lead.
Yesterday's stages obviously were the same as last year, so we had a bit of an advantage having known the stages a bit from last year. These ones today are all new, so it's going to be hard to know. The pace yesterday was good, and hopefully we can continue, but we just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, it's brilliant racing. Obviously you can see all the R5 cars are so close. There's no room for error whatsoever. The pace is massive, so no, we're really enjoying ourselves. The stages today is probably a lot more technical than the ones yesterday, so no, it should be a good race.
Tranquil scenes as we head into the second day of competition then. 9 stages make up the day, which lie in the midst of Lisbon and Castlereagh. It's a delight to be here, and the Mayor is glad the rally is in town.
We just are so thrilled to be able to host this event, and it's a wonderful opportunity to bring people from across the world really to our area.
The longest day of the rally lay ahead, with 9 stages for the drivers to tackle and a change in character from what we'd seen on day 1. Breen's advantage was in double figures, but he couldn't relax out there. 12 seconds could easily be lost with a slight mistake, but his world-class experience shows, and he kept a cool head while the battles raged on behind him. After 12 stages, his lead had increased to 20 seconds.
Late 3 plus, clip over crest, 100. Deceptive 4 plus, tightens. Dip 40, late 4 plus, short. Cut over crest. And slight right, 120 care.
For Johnny Greer and Kirsty Riddick, Sunday would be a flat-out fight. Henry wasn't far behind and the gap between them narrowed during the morning tests. The pressure was on, but Greer responded, setting the joint fastest time with Breen on stage 11. Desi Henry found himself not only hunting Greer, but being the hunted, as Callum Devine set him in his sights. Henry would drop back to fourth twice across the morning tests, trading spots with Devine.
60 flat 5 right, 130 going up, 6 right keep over crest, slowing 40, big watch, late 3 left plus, a 3 in left, late 3 plus, 200, turn 1 left, keep tidy now, into 3 right, 4 pace, no, keep with me, 3 right 30, 3 right keep at the gate into 2 left.
Callum found himself in third after 12 stages, but the margin was small between him and Henry, a 1.3 second advantage.
Slight right, 80, fast 2 left over the junction, 120 up, turn square right neat.
An epic battle was playing out between these two, and Callum was trying to be as precise as possible, as he explains.
3 left minus and 4 right at the sheds, go.
Trying to keep everything so clean and fine tuned. I know that Craig there, it's nearly perfect everywhere, so just try and cut out wee small mistakes. That's all we can really do. But no, I don't think it's going to be much quicker today.
Whatever Alistair Fisher had for breakfast, it was working. After a slightly underwhelming opening day, Fisher was on the money right from the start on Saturday. A fastest time on stage 6 would promote him to 5th overall.
Steady short, 1 left plus in 30, 1 left 80, slowing small crest and 2 right minus in and stop square right minus 40, left and 1 right 30.
Alistair, yesterday you seemed to be finding your feet a bit. We were expecting maybe a little bit more pace to come through from you. It wasn't there, but today seems to be there. What's changed?
Yeah, I'm sort of 24 hours late, but I just feel a bit more aggressive with me driving. I think I was a wee bit too relaxed yesterday, and sort of settled in this morning. Lowered the car, just a bit more racy, and the times are there.
Talking of slightly more racy, Sam Moffat was nothing if not consistent, setting the 6th fastest time on the first 6 stages of the day, and he was 6th overall. Tackling only his 2nd event in an R5 car was Sean Devine, who was guided through the stages by 2017 Group N tarmac champion co-driver Elaine Nahay. They were 15th overall. Great battles were all around us. However, a few crews failed to make it through this loop of stages. Conor McCrossan was doing well in his Skoda Fabia in Class M4, but retired with mechanical failure on stage 8. Mark Massey and Niall Burns made an early exit on Saturday morning, damaging their rear axle on the first stage of the day. The final loop of stages lay in wait for the drivers. Plenty of battles were left to be decided. Brief respite from the action for the crews to enjoy the sunshine at service. The championship is highly competitive right now. Fantastic to watch, as event sponsor Philip Johnston confirms.
This is an excellent event, very well supported, and rallying has come back very strong this year. Lots of interest again with R5 cars, and it's excellent to be involved with it.
It's time to take a look into the modified section. Vivian Hamill and Denver Rafferty were plagued with mechanical issues, eventually retiring on stage 8. Keith White and Paul Hughes had delighted us all with a thrilling battle against Damien Toner. Sadly, it was not destined to go down to the wire, as White retired with a clutch issue on the 2nd stage of Saturday. After 15 completed stages, it was Camillus Bradley and Crawford Henderson who would seal 2nd in the modified category. And taking top honours after a sterling drive were Damien Toner and Michael Cody. Full focus and commitment during the weekend to reap the rewards at the end. In action throughout the weekend in his Ford Fiesta WRC was Derek McGarity, enjoying the run until stage 13, when he retired with drivetrain failure. Switching from gravel to tarmac was forestry regular Martin Cairns, piloting his Fiesta WRC to 18th overall and runner-up in the battle for WRC supremacy. That honour went to Stuart Biggerstaff and Anthony Nestor, finishing just outside the overall top 10 in 11th.
And Kerr, 2 right at the bottom, and only 60 tight, 3 left at fence. And late 4 right, and 60 turn hairpin left, don't cut. 40. Line. Oh, you tramp. 1 left and 3 right in. 60, well done.
Into the final loop of stages then, and let us run through our top 10 here at the Wastewater UAC Easter Stages. Last year he was in a mini WRC, now the switch to R5 machinery for Alan Carmichael and Arthur Kierans. They sealed 10th overall with their Hyundai i20 R5. Inside the top 10 and another driver who is still adapting to new machinery and building his pace is Manus Kelly. He and Rory Kennedy took 9th.
And 1 left, 60, tight, long, 5 left. Tight, long, 5 left. And a flat 3 right, 100. Turn open, 5 left, 140. Turn hairpin right. That's good man, you're on that line, 80. Short, 5 left.
Josh Moffat had led the rally after the opening stage and then battled at the front. But a starting issue on day 1 dropped him right down the standings. He made his way back up, though, to 8th overall. Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson walk away from Northern Ireland with 7th. A wrong tyre choice didn't help them at the start of day 1, but when they got it right, they proved they could deliver competitive times. A solid weekend. Day 1 was strong for Sam Moffat, but Saturday saw him drop away slightly from the fighting pack. He walks away with 6th overall. Fisher was rejuvenated going into the final day and by his own admittance had found his pace 24 hours too late. 5th overall for Fisher at round 3 of the championship. Callum Devine had put on a fine display and put pressure on the drivers in front of him, trading places with Desi Henry for 3rd. He would, however, have to settle for 4th overall, but it was a great drive, and the potential for further pace like this is highly promising. Johnny Greer can be very proud of his performance this weekend, running in 2nd place for the majority of it. He lost position to Henry on the penultimate stage, and they went into the final test with just 1.7 seconds between them. A final stage thriller, with both giving it everything. It rewarded Desi Henry with 2nd overall. A great performance from both Henry and Greer, which provided the thousands of fans with fantastic rally action to watch. Out in front from stage 2, Craig Breen and Paul Nagel were heading toward their 3rd win in as many rallies, sealing the deal as they crossed the flying finish to give themselves a 15-point advantage in the championship.
Really enjoyed it. It's always a breath of fresh air doing these rallies, and yeah, it's nice. 4 to 5 rallies this year, so it's all going very well. For Paul, anyway, the most important rally is coming in 2 weeks' time, so we're really looking forward to Killarney. It's the first time in probably 10 years I have a proper car to go and try and have a good win in the rally, so I am really looking forward to getting them.
Celebrations for our podium finishes here at the Wastewater UAC Easter Stages Rally. Here is the confirmation of the final results. Breen, Henry and Greer are top 3, with Devine and Fisher rounding out the top 5. Breen now has a lead of 15 points over Fisher, with Greer and Moffat 3rd overall. It has been an incredible weekend here in Northern Ireland for the Wastewater UAC Easter Stages Rally. An intense battle out on every single stage. It's been the 3rd round of the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship, and we move on now to Killarney and Rally of the Lakes.